Hello guys, welcome back. Today I will be talking about the top 10 strongest characters in Jujutsu Kaisen at the end of the story. As we all know, the story isn't over just yet, so this ranking will be of characters who I think will survive until the end of the manga. This ranking is subjective and everything will be my opinion, so if you disagree, just let me know down in the comments. From this point on, this video will contain spoilers for the entire story until chapter 238, so this is your spoiler warning. Although I believe there is a chance of Gojo still being alive, he won't be included in this video, but if he is confirmed alive in a later chapter, he will of course be number 1. Let's start this list with number 10, Hirara Hoshi. Last seen watching the fight between Sukuna and Gojo, they don't really have the technique for this battle since it needs preparation, and this I believe they won't be joining the battlefield. Love Rendezvous, the curse technique of Kirara, doesn't seem like a strong curse technique at first sight. Kirara uses 5 different marks they can place on every surface they want, which ensures the marked people or objects need to follow the order of the stars in the Southern Cross constellation if they want to move. Although it is quite a difficult technique to use, Kirara managed to master it and used the technique to put up a good fight against Megumi and Panda, although Megumi would eventually outsmart and beat them. Number 9. Panda. Panda is a mutated cursed corpse created by the former principal of Tokyo Jujutsu High, Masamichi Yaga. Although Panda lost against Kirara, I put him above them because I personally believe Panda will become a lot stronger in the final arcs. He lost the course of his brother and sister in his fight against Hajime Kashimo, since Kashimo destroyed his entire lower body where their cores were, and only Panda's head stayed intact. However, Panda still has a high amount of cursed energy thanks to his existence as a cursed corpse, and I believe Panda will absolutely use this amount to grow and get stronger. Combined with his enhanced strength, endurance, and high tactical intellect, I believe Panda will live to see the end of the story. Number 8. Toge Inumaki. Being a semi-grade 1 sorcerer as a second year and saving multiple people in a fight against Hanami, Inumaki already is one of the most respected fighters in the series. Not only is his cursed speech one of the most broken abilities, he also has his high mobility and endurance to fight his opponent. The only thing holding Inumaki back is the damage his technique causes to his body and the amount of cursed energy it takes to use it. I am sure he will come in clutch in a fight against Sukuna or Kenjaku and have high hopes of him surviving these battles. Number 7. Shoso. The dead painting womb, known as Shoso, has become a valuable ally to the main cast after the discovery that Kenjaku was living in his father's body and that Yuji is his half-brother. He is gifted with the curse technique of blood manipulation and uses this the best of any character in the series, using his unlimited supply of blood for destructive and creative attacks to fight against opponents like Yuji Itadori, Naoya Zenin, and Kenjaku. He manages to give a good fight to all of them and even manages to beat Yuji and Naoya with his mastery of hand-to-hand combat. Having decided to become a mentor to his younger brother Yuji, I believe he will escape the usual mentor death and live to see Yuji become a strong sorcerer. Number 6. Megumi Fushihiro. The son of Toji and current host of Sukuna, many believe he died when Sukuna transformed back to his old form. Since I personally think otherwise, I have put him on the list. Possessing one of the highest potentials of any student in Jujutsu High, he inherited the Ten Shadows technique of the Zenin clan. Combined with a high intellect, strong hand-to-hand, and expert weapon fight style, he is a dangerous opponent even without the use of his domain and curse technique. If he manages to get separate from Sukuna, he will have lost some of his Shikigami, making him lose quite a bit of firepower. Totality, New, Orichi, and Deer were combined as Agito by Sukuna, and both Agito and Mahoraga were destroyed by Gojo in his fight against Sukuna. Number 5. Hiromi Higuruma. It only took the former defense lawyer 12 days before he managed to use his new curse technique as if he was a grade 1 sorcerer. The first thing he learned was his domain expansion, and by working backwards he gained the ability to manipulate cursed energy. pairing his unique domain with probably the highest intellect in the entire series, making him a force to be reckoned with in a 1 versus 1 against almost any opponent, even managing to almost beat Yuji before letting Yuji beat him by lowering his defenses. I believe Higuruma will keep getting stronger in his fight against Sukuna together with Yuji, and I have high hopes that he will survive. Number 4. Maki Zenin. Having a total amount of 0 cursed energy doesn't stop Maki from being an absolute monster on the battlefield. Thanks to Heavenly Restriction, she has a body comparable to Toji in strength, agility, reflexes, and endurance. Combined with her strong hand-to-hand combat and mastery of her weapons, she managed to dispose of her father and now his Zenin together with the entire Zenin clan. With the Dragonbone sword she stole from Yuzo Kumija's workshop after asking Tengen where it was, and the split soul katana that bypasses any physical resistance due to the soul she got from her sister Mai, Maki will surely raise hell on the battlefield of Shinjuku and probably come out on top. And number 3. Yuji Itadori. The Tiger of West Junior High, Yuji Itadori promised his grandfather he would die surrounded by others. His time will eventually come, but I believe/hope he will peacefully die from old age. Being one of the 3 students that Satoru Gojo believes will eventually surpass him in strength, Yuji possessed immense strength, speed, reflexes, durability, and stamina even before he contained Sukuna, and thanks to containing Sukuna, he also gained an immense amount of cursed energy he mainly uses to fight even better. Yuji is one of the few characters we have seen perform a Black Flash, and one of the even less characters we have seen hit multiple Black Flashes in a row. He still has his mysterious curse technique and room to grow, so even though he is fighting Sukuna right now, I believe he will survive and get even stronger. Number 2. Kinji Hakari. Currently suspended from Tokyo High, Hakari is one of the strongest sorcerers in the entire school, thanks to his physical strength and tactical intellect. The thing that sets him really apart from the other students, however, is his insanely strong domain expansal, Idle Dead Gamble. Aiming for a jackpot, Hakari spins a kind of slot machine, having a chance of 1 in 239 to hit a jackpot. Every time he doesn't get a jackpot, his chance increases quite a lot on the next spin until he eventually hits the jackpot. His second spin already increases the probability to 20% of hitting a jackpot. A jackpot grants Hakari unlimited amount of cursed energy and a fully automatic reverse curse technique for 4 minutes and 11 seconds. This means that for this time, Hakari is as good as immortal and there is no chance to kill him. It was thanks to this domain expansion that Hakari managed to beat Kashima in her fight. His tactical intellect and domain expansion are good ways to escape death on the battlefield, and more specifically, his battle against Urami, which now started and which he will probably win. Number 1. Yuta Okotsu. Who else but Yuta could top this list? At this point in the story, Yuta is probably the third or fourth strongest characters in the entire series, behind Gojo, Sukuna, and possibly Kenyaku. He was classed as a special grade sorcerer, even after losing Rika, thanks to his immeasurably cursed energy capacity, advanced cursed energy manipulation, and great cursed energy output. Using his cursed energy, Yuta greatly enhances his strength, agility, and endurance. His curse technique allows him to copy other techniques and store them inside of Rika, who he can unleash for 5 minutes to give him access to these techniques and even more cursed energy. Yuta is currently one of the only 2 sorcerers in the entire series that can use his reverse cursed energy to heal others and himself. As if all this isn't enough, he also has a complete domain expansion we will hopefully see in his upcoming fights. I don't see Yuta dying anytime soon, and believe when his story ends, he alone will be the honored one. If you watched until this point, please consider liking and subscribing, and please let me know down in the comments what you think about this list. Then I will see you hopefully next time.